All right, what's going on, guys? Um, this is actually take three. I had phone calls in the middle of my past two takes, so that's kind of unfortunate. But let's get right into the NBA or MLB Slate Breakdown. In the NBA video I posted earlier, I gave away two lineups, so go check that out if you want to get free lineups. So this slate features 9 games. It starts at 7:05, and let's get right into the pitching options. The top four guys here are the premium pitching options, in my opinion: Archer, Darvish, Strasburg, and Salazar. Archer has a great matchup against Jason Hamill. Darvish has a great matchup against the San Diego Padres. Strasburg has a decent matchup against Baltimore, but Baltimore hits really well against righties, so I don't know. He's kind of expensive in my opinion. And Salazar has a great matchup against Toronto. Archer and Darvish are your two top options um, of the slate, period. Archer has a lot of strikeout potential. He's excellent at home. He's going up against one of the worst offenses in baseball. Darvish is a great strikeout pitcher, going up against the Padres who strike out a decent amount. Salazar's a strikeout pitcher, but he also struggles with command, so he doesn't pitch that deep into games. Strasburg, like I said, has a poor matchup. Not a poor matchup, but not the best matchup today. Moving on. In the middle here, Maeda's worth a look because he's coming off two back-to-back games where he's had 8+ strikeouts. Lance Lynn's worth a look because he's cheaper than the other guys, and he's been very solid in this season. He doesn't have a lot of strikeout upside, but he's very consistent. He's been very consistent. Don't look at Derek Holland. I know his ERA looks really good, but he's due for regression. Liriano is very inconsistent, and on a slate that features all these guys, I won't be looking towards Liriano. And that's pretty much the same thing for all these other guys down there. Moving on to catchers, some guys you could play a catcher include Alex Avila, whoever catches for the Tigers tonight against Godley, who's a pretty bad pitcher. Yan Gomes is interesting going up against Liriano. If the bad version of Liriano comes out, Yan Gomes is definitely worth a look. There's really not much else here at catcher. You guys know I say it all the time. I'm not a huge fan of paying up for catcher. You can look towards Jeff Bandy or Manny Pena, whoever catches for the Brewers against Kyle Kendrick. That's about it. Moving on to first base, Paul Goldschmidt's my favorite play at first base, going up against Matt Boyd, who struggles with home run hitters, and he's on the road in a home run ballpark against a bunch of righties who hit a lot of home runs. So he's in a bad situation. Goldschmidt is in a great situation, and I love Paul Goldschmidt. Ryan Zimmerman can be worth a look. I know he's coming off two subpar games. He's won for his last 9, but Ryan Zimmerman, he's going up against the lefty and Wade Miley, and I think he could rebound and bounce back to have a really good game. Eric Thames is worth a look because Eric Thames has hit 2 home runs in the past 2 games. He's going up against Kyle Kendrick, who's pretty awful who's just awful. And so Eric Thames could take advantage of that matchup. Abreu and Cabrera both have really good matchups. Abreu hits a lot of home runs. Phil Hughes gives up a lot of home runs. Miguel Cabrera is one of the best hitters in baseball. Godley is one of the worst pitchers in baseball. So there. Edwin Encarnacion, he's very interesting to me because this could be kind of a revenge game. He's going up against his former team, against Liriano, who's a lefty, so he has the platoon advantage. Edwin Encarnacion could hit a home run today, in my opinion, if the poor version of Liriano shows up. I love Matt Carpenter. I think he's going to get overlooked because of all these first base options up here. Matt Carpenter has been on fire lately. He's one of the best hitters in baseball. And against Tom Kohler, I think he could have a really solid day. Cody Bellinger's off to a fast start to his rookie career. He already has 5 home runs. He's hitting .320. Chad Kuhl is not the best pitcher at all, so I think Bellinger could take advantage of that. Let's see. Moving on down here at first base. No one really that intriguing, so let's get into second baseman. Daniel Murphy's the most expensive option, but you have to pay up for pitching tonight, in my opinion, so I'm not going to be paying for Daniel Murphy. Villar's interesting because when he gets on base, he could steal a base or two. Brad Miller's interesting because he could always hit a home run, and he's going up against Jason Hamill. Colton Wong's interesting because he's been kind of consistent over the past few games, or over the past lot of games. He really hasn't put up any zeros, and he's going up against a pretty poor pitcher in Tom Kohler. Drury's interesting if he plays. He's going, like I said, Matt Boyd struggles with righties. Drury's a righty. Chris Taylor, this guy seems to perform whenever he's in the lineup. So be on the lookout for Chris Taylor. He's going to, like I said, Chad Kuhl is not a good pitcher at all, so you could look towards the Dodgers hitters tonight. Moving on to third baseman. We got Machado is the most expensive, but I'm not looking towards him because of that Strasburg matchup. I love Anthony Rendon. He has absolutely slaughtered Wade Miley in his career. Anthony Rendon is has 11 hits in his career, has a 636 batting average against Wade Miley. So definitely you can look towards Anthony Rendon. I'm a huge fan of Anthony Rendon tonight. He might be a near lock for me. Miguel Sano's coming off that suspension, going up against Derek Holland. That's a lefty versus righty matchup. I love Miguel Sano. Not love, but he's in a really good spot. Todd Frazier's interesting. He could hit a home run tonight because Phil Hughes gives up a lot of home runs. Todd Frazier hits a lot of home runs. Justin Turner has had excellent numbers against Chad Kuhl in his career. Justin Turner is, it's a small sample size, but he's hitting 1,000 and he has a home run. So Justin Turner's worth a look. Joey Gallo, very boomer bust. I think he might be in store for a boom today. I think he could hit a home run against Perdomo. He either hits home runs or strikes out a bunch and gets out a bunch. So he's kind of a risk, but if you want to play him, you can go ahead. I like Travis Shaw tonight against Kyle Kendrick. Travis Shaw, it's kind of a revenge game for him. The Red Sox traded him for Tyler Thornburg in the offseason. And Kyle Kendrick's one of the worst pitchers in baseball. Travis Shaw is a pretty solid hitter. I think he could hit a home run today. And that's about it for third baseman. Let's move on to let's move on to the shortstop. Trey Turner has made me look bad 3 nights in a row. I played Trey Turner 3 nights in a row, and he has made me look back all 3 nights. He's getting very close to that no-play zone. I know it's DFS and you can't hold grudges, but damn, Trey Turner has really kind of messed with my lineups recently. He's had good matchups, but yesterday he went 1 for 6 against Ubaldo Jimenez and company, so I don't know. I think he's just kind of in a slump right now, which could drive down his ownership. It's certainly driven down his price a little. Trey Turner is still the most expensive option, and on a night where you're going to pay up for pitching, I don't know if I can pay up for Trey Turner. Corey Seager is in a great spot. Corey Seager has been is one of the best hitters in baseball. To put it plainly, Chad Kuhl is not a good pitcher, like I said, so Corey Seager could be in store for a big game. Let's see. Chris Owings in an excellent spot. I love Chris Owings against Matt Boyd. Like I said, Matt Boyd struggles with giving up home runs to right-handed hitters. Chris Owings is a right-handed hitter. He has some pop in his bat, so look out for Chris Owings. Let's see. That's about it for the shortstops that I like. You could look towards JT Riddle. I know he doesn't hit well, but if you need a really cheap shortstop, you could look his way. Another guy is Nick Ahmed. You could look towards Nick Ahmed tonight. He's a righty. He has the platoon advantage against Matt Boyd. So Nick Ahmed could be in store for a solid game at a very cheap price. In the outfielders, Bryce Harper is the most expensive option. But like I said, you might have to pay up for pitching tonight. So I don't know if you can afford Bryce Harper. He's not a must in my opinion. Mookie Betts has been on fire lately. He's going up against Chase Anderson. And Chase Anderson is by far not an excellent pitcher, but he's been solid this season. He's due for regression. I like Mookie Betts. He's in a solid spot. He's been on fire lately. Chase Anderson is worse to righties than he is against lefties. So Mookie Betts might be worth a look. Ryan Braun has had excellent numbers against Kyle Kendrick in his career, and Kyle Kendrick's only gotten worse. Ryan Braun is hitting .429 against Kyle Kendrick, and he has 2 home runs. So I love Ryan Braun. You could look towards Hanley Ramirez. Like I said, Anderson struggles with the righties, and he's facing that Red Sox lineup. Benintendi's interesting. He's been on fire lately. Jason Worth. I love Jason Worth tonight in the spot. He absolutely mashes left-handed pitching. AJ Pollock might be one of my favorite outfield plays of the night because he's so much cheaper than everyone else. He can hit a home run. He can steal bases. I love AJ Pollock. Let's see. Moving on. Yasmani Tomas is worth a look. Like I said, Matt Boyd struggles with power-hitting right-handed hitters. Yasmani Tomas has a lot of power, and he's very cheap, so you can look towards Yasmani Tomas. Shin-Soo Choo has been solid lately. He has a solid matchup against Luis Perdomo. Jock Peterson, he's always a threat to hit a home run, so you can look towards Jock Peterson. Let's see. Corey Dickerson might be one of my favorite outfield plays because he's so cheap and he has a great matchup, and I think he's going to get overlooked. Let's see that. And, all right, let's look down here. That might be it. Tommy Pham actually has been excellent to start his career. Look at Tom. He's been very good. He has a very good matchup against Tom Kohler. I love Tommy Pham. Chris Heisey was a guy I was really hoping would play today because he has excellent numbers against Wade Miley, but he's not, so that's unfortunate. Oh, real quickly before I forget, I do want to mention that the Chicago White Sox and Minnesota Twins game is in danger of a postponement or at least a delay or something. There's weather issues over there, so be on the lookout for that. Um, Ezekiel Carrera might be worth a look because he could always steal a base or two for you. He only has one stolen base, but he's a pretty speedy guy, or he was at least. Um, he's hitting second in the lineup, so you're getting a guy who hits second in the lineup against a guy with control issues for 2,600. So you could definitely look towards Ezekiel Carrera. So that's about it, guys. I know this video is quick. I'm trying to make these videos as short and condensed as possible. Um, Let me know in the comment section what kind of video you want. If you want me to get more in depth with it, or if you like what I'm doing now. Quickly recap pitchers. These top four guys at the top: Archer, Darvish, Strasburg, Salazar are your main guys. You can also look towards Lance Lynn, but there's no one really else there. Catchers play. You could play anyone whoever's catching against whoever's catching for Detroit against Godley. You could look towards whoever's catching against Kyle Kendrick, and that's about it. At first baseman, I love Goldschmidt and pretty much all Arizona Diamondback batters tonight. I love Eric Tens is a great option. Ryan Zimmerman's a great option. Hanley's a solid option. Matt Carpenter's an excellent option, and that's about it. Second baseman, Jonathan Villar's interesting. Colton Wong is interesting. Drury's interesting. That's about it. Moving on to third baseman. Rendon is in an excellent spot tonight. He's matched Wade Miley, like I said. Justin Turner is also in a really good spot tonight. That's about it. Moving on to shortstop. I love Corey Seager. I love Chris Owings. And that's about it. Moving on to the outfield. Mookie Betts, Ryan Braun, Hanley Ramirez, Benintendi, Jason Worth, AJ Pollock, Cody Bellinger. Visael Garcia might be worth a look. He's been on fire to start the season. Yasmani Tomas, Chris Owings, like I said earlier. Sinsu Chu's interesting. Corey Dickerson, one of my favorite plays. Let's see. Oh, and at the end, we're going to talk about, where is he? There he is. There he is. Ezekiel Carrera, also very interesting at 2,600. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And leave any feedback you have for me in the comment section. All right, I'll see you guys later.